History. Do you like history? Yes, I am take a very keen interest in history. I find learning about historical events and historical figures really fascinating. World history is pretty cool, but I am more interested in Vietnam's history. I love learning about the rich heritage of Vietnam, our past struggles against foreign colonization, and how peace was established in the country. What historical event do you find most interesting? Well, for me, the 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 không có gì. The Declaration of Independence is definitely one of the bigger milestones in Vietnam's history. On September 1945, President Ho Chi Minh declared to the world that Vietnam officially became a a, sov- a sovereign state after years of being invaded. Do you think history is important? Without doubt, history plays an integral part in any society. It instills in people a sense of patriotism and an appreciation of peace and order. Without history, we cannot possibly learn from our past failures. You like to watch programs on TV about history? Absolutely, I find them much more interesting than learning about history from, say, textbooks. History documentaries provide a much more vivid portrayal of historical events, especially battles and wars. How do you get information about history? I would say the internet is my go-to source for historical facts and figures. I also love visiting museums where I can peruse the collection of exhibits. I think it is a very involved experience of learning about history. Birds. Do you like birds? Well, I take a very keen interest in nature, so I love to learn about different species of plants, animals, and yes, birds. They are truly fascinating creatures, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Bird watching is one of my favorite things to do. Have you seen many kinds of birds? Well, living in the city, birds are a rare sight. Most of the stuff about birds that I've seen is on documentaries of the great outdoors. I mean, I've seen some common breeds in real life, like pigeons and such, but nothing too exotic. How do Vietnamese people feel birds? Well, for the most part, Vietnamese people are not that into birds. I mean, we like to eat them, especially game birds like pheasant. People in remote areas often hunt for birds in the wild and roast them over an open fire. They are considered a delicacy where I come from. Shopping. Are there many shops near your house? Well, there's an eclectic mix of shops in the vicinity. vicinity of my house. There are lots of high-end boutiques selling designer clothes. In addition, there are also an abundance of street food stalls and grocery stores. So you really have everything in one place. Do you like shopping? Absolutely, my work is incredibly stressful. So every now and then I really need some retail therapy. And so on payday, I usually hit the mall and treat myself to something nice, maybe a new shirt or a nice pair of shoes. Who does the shopping in your house? Well, my dad is the breadwinner, but it's actually my mom who is in charge, 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 charge of finances and purchases. So every morning she goes to the market to buy groceries and our daily supplies. How often do you buy something in a shop? Well, given the fact that online shopping is really popular nowadays, I find myself shopping more on the internet. But every now and then I still go to a brick and mortar store where I compare the store's offerings in person. If I am shopping for clothes, going to the store is always must, as I want to try on the clothes to see if they fit or flatter my body.